Hello, welcome back. As you can see, back at the house. It is Sunday morning of the 12 a.m. persuasion. I kind of slacked. I was being lazy Pat this week, so I didn't video anything. So, that means that I get to video now and edit now. But that's fine, because I got a package. Guess what's in it? It's what I was missing last time. It's solder. So, we're going to be opening this up. Trying to figure out how to open it up. And then I get some solder. All these tools, yet nothing to cut with. That'll work. Screwdriver. Hooray! So, I got 3 different solders. Hard, medium, and easy. 5 foot each, so this is going to last me a lot longer than the other set, which, great. So, this means that we can start doing different soldered things, because easy flows at a lower temperature than hard or medium, which means that if I solder something with a hard, I can then go and solder the same piece, on a different, I can solder something different to that piece with a medium solder, and it won't ruin anything from the hard solder. And then I can then again go and solder something else to that same piece with an easy, and it won't disturb the hard or the medium. So, great. I am so happy that that came in while I was gone. So let's get started. All right, so this piece has been sitting here since I left. I left it on here. I didn't want to touch it or anything, but I am going to re-clean it slightly. Take some sandpaper to it. So now that we have 3 separate solders, I'm going to put into practice. I'm actually going to separate how I solder this piece. So I'm going to flux generous with the flux because it helps let the solder flow, and it also helps protect the metal from oxidization, which is definitely something that I want. So we're going to go with the hard at first. I think that's a little too much. I definitely overcompensated here. That's alright though. Alright, so I'm heating the entire piece. Drying out the flux a little. Letting that dry. Now, we'll see if that worked. I actually ended up making a second one. Well, now a third one. Because this one was just burning. You can actually still see the piece of solder right there. It just balled. It didn't do anything. I'm really starting to think that this metal is not good. I don't know. I thought it was silver. But we'll see with this one. I'm letting it sit in there. At first, I thought maybe my flux is contaminated with something. I mean, maybe I have too much, because I don't think it's supposed to be that chunky. So maybe that's the reason. I don't know. I even flipped this over to get the other side. So let's check on the piece. Nope. All right. That's fine. We can work it on the fly. Okay, because this is the only silver that I know is silver. We're gonna flatten some of this out and make it into a bar. And then make a circle for the tree. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. So. Yeah, so that soldered fairly perfectly. So I'm definitely thinking that this is not silver. It might be silver plated. Something silver plated. Very disappointing. But that's probably why it's been foiling me. Because even this one, I mean, I didn't dip this in the pickle. This one, I just kept going around, heating this up. Yep, see, and still very disappointing, because I based a lot of projects on this designed stuff. Yep, that's soldered. So let's try to put the tree on this. Since I used hard solder, I can use now medium solder to actually put the tree on, which is really good. So I kind of want to bend and shape this so that it's kind of oval-ish. So now it's oval. So now I'm going to clean it again because I did fire it. It's going to have some scale on it. I want to get that off before I attempt to put the copper on. Can't believe that was my problem the entire time. I seriously think that that's not silver, and that is just upsetting. I guess that's what you get when you use random metal that you find. Yeah. Like, I've had it for a while, but... And I've gotten it to solder before. I just don't know. These pieces might just be too big. I don't know. I've gotten two little pieces to solder together, so I don't know. I'm just very confused by it all. But don't worry, it's still going to be a bolo tie. It's just not going to be as hefty as I wanted it. This project's giving me so many problems. So since we used the hard flow for the seam, we're going to use the medium flow. Is it backwards for you guys? Is that technically backwards? Reads fine from here. So that worked. So I'm just going to leave it in the pickle a little bit. Let it clean a little bit. So that worked. So now all I need to do is make the clasps and put those on the top and the bottom for the string to go through, and then it'll be a bolo tie. Hooray! We're finally done! This project has given me a lot of headaches, and it's been because of this stuff. It was pre-patterned, and I thought that it was silver. I don't think this is silver. So, let's always know where you get your metal from. And there it is. So now I'm going to clean it up a little. Alright, so I cut 4 pieces, just regular pieces. Flatten this out. I'm going to solder these 4 pieces. To the front of each place that I'm going to have the actual tie go through. And then I'm going to use easy solder for. So here's a simple trick. I can take this piece, flux it, flux the where it's going as well, flux that piece, get it as close to the solder as possible, and then just torch this piece. Now that piece has solder on it. Ouch. So now I have these. And that's a crack. So it cracked a little bit, but that's fine. Alright, so I wrap these around. And that's going to be where the strings go. So they'll go down and down, and that will be a bolo tie. I definitely want to retry this with a thicker metal, because I noticed as I was heating this metal, especially the flattened metal that I did, it ended up cracking and separating because it was too thin and I was heating it too much. So definitely a little bit of a thicker piece of metal for a round. I mean, I was planning on using something as thick as this, so as a comparison, you know, this is fairly thick versus this. This isn't anything. So impromptu changes tend to bring unforeseen complications. But I still think this is a great success, because now I finally have my tree and it's finally in a ring. So I think that is a win. I'm definitely going to experiment a little bit more with mixing these metals. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do, because if this metal isn't silver, then I need to buy some actual silver, a thicker thing of silver, so that I can do my next project, which what I'm thinking is going to be a little bit of stone work. So I'm going to cut a little bit of stone, and then I was going to do pearls. So I was going to melt a whole bunch of silver and make pearls and solder it to one of these, but that does not seem to like to solder, and I'm gonna experiment a little bit more with that piece, because that's the cleanest piece, and see why it won't solder. Anyways, it is late. I need to now edit this, so unfortunately I need to say goodbye, and I hope that you enjoyed watching. I am very pleased at how this came out, even if it still didn't, it cracked a little bit. I needed to make these a little bit longer as well, but you know, proof of concept, that works. So I hope you enjoyed watching me make this. I'm very sorry that it took this long. So many snafus happening all at once. So I hope that you enjoyed watching this, and I hope that you learned a thing or two. I know that I did. So if you liked this video, just hit that like button. And if you really liked it, hit the subscribe and the bell so that you can get notified every time I drop a video. I normally make episodes around Sunday. This is probably going to be a little later on Sunday, unfortunately, maybe in the afternoon. I don't know. But I do need to go to bed because it's late. It's like 2 in the morning at this point. So I hope that you enjoyed the video and have a wonderful evening.